EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, where the sound of the big red siren signals it is time for football. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. The kicker, Chad Ryland, has this one teed up. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And leading them out, their signal caller. Now in his fourth season in the NFL.
A tough time a season ago. His team missed the playoffs for the first time in his career. But he does remain one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league. He's completed over 67% of his passes for his career. We know he's efficient. Now he wants to be spectacular and get his team back to the big game.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Well, I'm not quite sure how he got away from that first tackler, but he won't even be able to get it back to the line of scrimmage there as the defense rallies behind him.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and making sure nothing could get to the outside, but he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now this time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is a really simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
On fourth down, the Niners send out the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. Greg Dortch deep for Arizona. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. So here come the Cardinals now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
Spent the early years of his career bouncing between starter and backup as needed, and played well, but never had a team fully commit to him as their guy.
He does retain the toolbox that made him projectable as a starter. Big, strong player with a powerful arm, deceptively mobile, and tough to tackle. The best part about his game, leadership and being a great teammate.
I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Yeah, he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Brissett now. Pressure comes, and down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Play action. Now Purdy. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. So the pass goes out of bounds, but he was not outside of the tackle box when he threw that. He's got to be careful.
You and I both know if it's even close, they're going to give it to the quarterback. They don't want to throw that flag unnecessarily. So if you're just in the area, you're going to be okay.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A brief pause in the action here as they tend to an injury. That's George Kittle shaken up on that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Purdy from the gun. Open man is Juwan Jennings. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down.
And the 49er 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Hauled in left side here by Jennings. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Purdy on the sneak. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. Down to about the 22 here. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Here's Pearsall on the jet sweep. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Here's Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Purdy on the sneak. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the 49ers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. So he's able to sneak it in, and credit to the guys up front.
Oh, without a doubt, because they have the leverage on this play. We always talk about low man wins and one-on-one battles. That's exactly what happened there. Their offensive line, lower than the defensive front.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Brissett. Now he'll tuck this and run. they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Play fake, Brissett. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They'll run for the first time with Amari DiMercado. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. A run with Knight. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. This is taken in by McBride. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 25 yards that time.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The give is to DiMercado. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Brissett. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Cardinals first down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Brissett sets to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Michael Wilson from 3 yards out. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from drawing level. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Chad Ryland now to add the PAT. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Niners set to take over on offense.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. Now Purdy. That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. From 13 yards out. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Jacoby Brissett back out for his guys' next possession. He threw a touchdown pass last time they had it. And he'll look to get him in the end zone again here as they start with a first down. Play action now. Brissett. And the Niners get there and bring him down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fake.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Knight on the handoff. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he's going up top for Wilson.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line.
The Niners offense and Christian McCaffrey ready to go once more. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
They go play action here. Purdy.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Purdy looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
The 49er, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That really sets him back, a loss of 6.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss.
Shotgun now with Purdy.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield. He had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Purdy.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the 1st. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Brissett.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, Brissett. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Jordan Elliott drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's more on the return. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. This is McCaffrey on the give. Shifts by him. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 97 yards now for McCaffrey. It's a 1st down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
Purdy now to throw off the play action. Oh, that is incomplete.
But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Purdy. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Back to throw, Purdy. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Oh, partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
He takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Now Brissett. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. 4 yards the pickup. First down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's Brissett. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
He'll get this to DeMarcano. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Calais Campbell on the stop.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's 2nd and 7. Purdy now to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And Kittle going to have a 49ers first down as he'll get this to the 23-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Final play of the half. Purdy got the kick. Now the ball comes loose. And the defense says they have it. They do. One play into the ball game, an early turnover.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
A short one here, caught by McBride. Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. Throwing, Brissett. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On the carry, here's Knight. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw is Brissett. Here's Higgins out of the right side. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, part of their struggles in the first half was their inability to convert consistently on third down. But how about this well-designed play? Gave himself plenty of options and able to get the hook up and keep the drive going.
On the handoff, it's DeMarcano. And down to the 36-yard line here. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Over the middle, complete. It's Weaver. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. That time on the run-pass option when he decided to throw it. Not a quick little drop-off. He went downfield a bit.
Reminiscent of a triple option quarterback in college, because he faked it inside, and instead of immediately throwing it out to the perimeter, stepped back in the pocket to find a target downfield.
They'll set up the screen to DeMarcano. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years at not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
This is Knight. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Brissett now. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
So on 4th down, out comes Chad Ryland for the Arizona field goal. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
2nd and 5. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down. A gain of 19 yards. First down, San Francisco.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 121 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a first carry for their fullback. Stopped by Garrett Williams.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
At the 16-yard line.
2nd down and 6 now. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And here 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
And the 49er first down. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Oh, how about this on first and goal? And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out. Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Now this time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. A big win there defensively on second and goal. A loss of 7, and it brings up third.
And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive. To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
And now because of the sack, it's third and goal from the 14. Here's Purdy. Under pressure, they got him again. It's Zaven Collins who got in there to get the sack.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on second and goal, a sack on third and goal, now brings up a decision on fourth down.
Eddie Pinheiro on now. Made his first. This now from 42 yards out. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal. You did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays. You don't force any mistakes. You don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The solid stiff arm. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. Watson going to get this one out wide. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you'd think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd. Brissett. Got his man. It's Dortch. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now 2nd and 5. Here's Brissett. Over the middle here to Wilson. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Side. Knight. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Brissett. He finds his man, complete. That's Weaver. The Cardinals on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, Brissett. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Knight. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. 1st down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Brissett sets to throw it. And he's got it. And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Here's DiMercato. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Amari DiMercato punching it in from a yard away. And the Cardinals have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The 49ers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. McCaffrey on the counter. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
And this is the worry because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. That is caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A first down and then some. Give them 29 yards.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Back to throw, Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 27-yard line.
49er first down. A gain of 12. And a 49er first down.
On the ground, McCaffrey. Down right around the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now 2nd and 9. Throwing here, Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. That'll give them 8 that time. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Brings up 3rd and 8 inches.
Purdy on the sneak. And he is going to have a 49ers first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
A pickup of 2 yards. First down, San Francisco.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 152 yards rushing now for the ball game on 24 carries.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. McCaffrey is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Purdy from the gun. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. Touchdown! Christian McCaffrey from a yard out. And the 49ers will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Able to slither by. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Now Brissett. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. Here's Brissett. That's caught by Wilson. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. That pass completed to Dortch.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. Now Brissett. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Brissett. Now he's going to step up and run. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Here comes 2nd down. Brissett. This is taken in by McBride. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Well, they need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen to DeMercado. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Now Brissett.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. Here's Brissett. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Weaver. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Brissett looks to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
So it's a win for the Niners here, and it was thanks in part to their man under center, their veteran quarterback.
Yeah, he did a little bit of everything, didn't he? He had 2 touchdown passes through the air, another one on the ground, and that defense, they really had no answer for many of their drives.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long and sign off from the desert.